The Parable of the Master's Message. There was a great master who owned a vast estate. One day he called his servants together and said, "I am going to a distant country, but before I go, I entrust to you a message of life and hope. It is the greatest gift I can give. Take this message to every village, town, and home across my lands. When the time comes, I will return, and I will see what you have done." The master then gave each servant a scroll containing the message, sealed with his royal mark. He said, "Go with my authority, for I am the Lord of this estate. Fear no one, for my power goes before you. Share this message freely with all people, no matter their language or customs. Invite them into my household, mark them as my own, and teach them to follow my ways. And remember, though I am gone, I am always with you." The servants departed with joy and zeal. One servant went to the nearest village and proclaimed the message boldly in the town square. Many people listened, believed, and joined the master's household. He marked them with the seal of the master and taught them the ways of the estate. The servant continued, traveling to alternative places, planting seeds of hope wherever he went. Another servant hesitated. "The master's lands are vast, and the people are many. What if they reject me? What if they laugh at the message or resist the ways of the master?" Fear gripped him, and so he hid the scroll in his home and stayed where he felt safe. Yet another servant altered the message. "This scroll is too strict," he thought. "People will not accept it as it is. I will change the words to make it more appealing." He traveled far and wide, but those who heard his message did not truly join the master's household, for the message they received was not the master's. After a long time, the master returned to his estate. He summoned his servants and asked what they had done with the message. The first servant stepped forward and said, "Master, I went to many places and shared your message. Here are those who have joined your household and follow your ways." The master smiled and said, "Well done, good and faithful servant. Because you have been faithful with this task, I will entrust you with even greater responsibilities. Enter into my joy." The second servant came forward, trembling. "Master," he said, "I was afraid, so I hid your message. Here is the scroll you gave me, untouched." The master frowned and said, "You knew my will, yet you let fear rule you. The message was not yours to keep, but to share. You have been unfaithful." Finally, the third servant approached. "Master, I shared the message, but I changed it to suit the people." The master's face grew stern. "You had no authority to alter my words. Those who received your message are not truly mine. You have been unfaithful." The faithful servant was honored, but the other two were cast out of the master's household. The master then turned to all those who had joined his household through the faithful servant. "You are mine," he said. "Now go and share the message with others, for the work is not yet finished." Reflection. This parable illustrates the components of the Great Commission. The master's authority. The servants go with the master's authority, just as Jesus sends his disciples with his. The call to go. The servants are commanded to spread the message across the estate, representing the call to make disciples of all nations. Faithful sharing. The message must be delivered faithfully, as altering it or hiding it leads to failure. Teaching and obedience. The faithful servant teaches the ways of the master, just as disciples are to teach Christ's commands. The Master's presence. The Master's promise to return reflects Christ's assurance that he is always with his followers and will return one day. The parable reminds believers to trust in Jesus' authority, remain faithful to his message, and take courage in his promised presence.